Hey guys, I'm here a day later after those leaks to talk about the actual confirmation of Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon. Honestly, there's not much to talk about because the Pokemon Direct that they had today was extremely short. It was only 6 minutes. They didn't go over much at all. They didn't really talk about any other games besides just Sun and Moon, but even then they hardly talked about him. It was more so just a commemoration of Pokemon and looking back at previous Pokemon games, more so than talking about the new ones. And that's not really a bad thing, it's just I expected to see something a little more than what we saw in this Direct, and I can't be entirely mad. I just can't be. But the point is, I wish that we did see a little bit more. So what do we know so far about this game? Nothing. Nothing at all. All we have, and I'm going to be clicking through some of this stuff right now, we have like some concept art showing off some cars. We have like this truck with a Furfrou, I think that's a Machamp or a Machoke. I forget the difference at this point. It's really hard to see from this concept art, and some other Pokemon, I believe Wobbuffet. That's definitely Wobbuffet in the back of that truck. And I don't know why they're making concept art of trucks necessarily, but it makes me think that there might be some sort of vehicle aspect to this game that they're adding something new for. And along with that, we see a fire truck, which surprisingly enough has a Blastoise on the back of it, so I'm pretty sure he's just going to be using Hydro Pump to put out fires. And we also see an ambulance, a Pokemon ambulance that has like a giant Pokeball on it, and I guess that's going to be something that plays into this game as well. Hopefully it would, it would be cool. It would be cool if, like, you know how in the games, like how you black out, it just goes to black, like your Pokemon all fainted. If they just had the ambulance just roll up, pick you up, and then drive off, that'd be pretty cool. A little scary, but also, I don't know, I have no clue. And along with that, we see the outside of a Pokemon Center, a new and improved Pokemon Center with, it actually looks pretty cool. One thing I noticed in particular about this game, everything seems to be more in that 3D perspective. Actually, in a couple more images, I'll go to the next one right now, we see an image of, well, this is just a Pokemon. I don't know what it is. It looks like it's the bird Pokemon from X and Y. I'm not entirely sure. It might be a brand new one, who knows. And there's actually another image that shows off something else about it, and that looks like a new Pokemon. That actually looks like a new Pokemon. That looks brand new. I don't know exactly what that would be, but yeah, that's totally a brand new Pokemon. But next we have, I think this is it. Yeah, this is going to be some sort of resorts. There's horses all over the place. There's water. It seems like it's a beach sort of resort, an island sort of thing. I have no clue, but what I'm seeing from this is more of like this 3D perspective, and this could just be one of the cinematic graphics in the game. It could just be a cinematic. What I'm thinking is that they might be going for more of a 3D aspect with this game and making it so you don't just move like in this 2D space where you can't really like look around necessarily. I'm thinking that they might make it so that you could move the camera, maybe. I mean, there were certain sections of X and Y where the camera would move depending on where you stand, and it would make it look like it's controlled in this 3D space, and you could like control the camera, but you couldn't. I'm not sure. I would be hoping that this would be the case, because that's probably the next step of going into the reality of the Pokemon world. Just being able to look around and see the environment around you within this game would be cool. And that's something that I thought that would be. I might be wrong. I think I am wrong, but it would be cool if they did add that. And next we have some concept artists and some developers looking at some more concept art, and I'm going to continue to move on. There's actually nothing else after that. There's nothing more that we can see from this short snippet of information that will give us anything to go off of for this game. And I'm honestly not going to go into all the specifics of those images anymore because I honestly don't know what else to say about them. The one thing I'll say in particular is that we have no clue if Pokemon Sun and Moon is officially going to be the 7th gen, because they never mention anything about this being the 7th generation, but more than likely it is, because this looks like an entirely new place. It looks like it's gonna have entirely new Pokemon, and it's 2 brand new titles, so obviously it's most likely going to be the 7th generation. They just never mentioned it. It's supposed to come out this year in late 2016. They said around the holiday season, and they also added some more information about the Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow games on the 3DS. So if you get the digital download of those games, you can then use the Pokemon Bank system to transfer Pokemon from the very first Pokemon games into the newer games. They didn't mention anything about X and Y in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, but I'm guessing that's going to be a part of it. They just said that you can transfer them from the first Pokemon games up to Sun and Moon. And here's me crossing my fingers that hopefully they add more of these Pokemon games onto the eShop, like Gold, Silver, and Crystal, because that will be really cool. I know that they already have Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and you can easily transfer from those games going upwards, but it would be cool still to have the original games and be able to transfer those original Pokemon from those original experiences on 3DS, and then have them go from being these 2D sprites into being these fully 3D modeled characters, just to see your Pokemon go from something that you raised and went through the Elite Four through, and went through like 2 different fucking regions through in Gold, Silver, and then have them go all the way up to like the new games X, Y, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, Sun and Moon, and maybe even be able to Mega Evolve them. That'd be really cool, and that'd be like a really fun experience, honestly. So again, my thoughts on Sun and Moon and what I want for these games, I honestly don't know at this point. I did mention yesterday the whole thing about Pokemon Fusion. I still think that would be like an interesting idea. I'm not entirely sure if they would do something like that. That Eclipse Pokemon seems like something that I would totally want to see, but honestly, if they're going to do anything with this, I'm going to have to expect more Mega Evolutions, because Mega Evolutions were something that they thought was really good with X and Y. They brought more of them in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and I don't think they would just give up on that also soon, because it's not necessarily a bad thing. People don't like them, some people don't, some people really like them. It's just something that makes Pokemon more interesting and somewhat more fun. And I am hoping that they bring something more to this game, including the day and night cycle, because honestly, like, come on, it's Sun and Moon. This is like the perfect chance to bring the day and night cycle back to the games with Sun and Moon. If you are in the sun and you're in the daylight and you're outside when it's bright outside, you can catch certain Pokemon, and if you're outside during the night, you can catch other Pokemon, and that would be really interesting to see that put into this game. Also, it'd be cool if, I don't know, possibly you could not transfer, but if you could do the whole thing like in Gold and Silver. If you could just go from one region to the next, you could be like, oh, I've been through the region of Sun and Moon before. What's next? I've beaten the Elite Four. What's coming next? And then you can go to Kalos and defeat everybody in Kalos from X and Y or whatever. That would be kind of cool. And I'm not actually sure if they're going to do something like that, because they haven't done that in since Gold and Silver. And also, if they can do anything with space, this would be the perfect time. I mean, Sun and Moon, the symbols, the logos rather, have the galaxy background to them. So it makes sense for something regarding space to be put in there. In terms of what would be put in there regarding space? I don't know, because I don't know. I mean, going into space would be cool. I just don't know what you'd do there. Maybe you'd get to go to the moon in Pokemon Moon. Or maybe you get to go to the sun. Well, that wouldn't make any sense. You'd probably die. Unless they made it so in Pokemon Moon, you can catch this moon Pokemon that allows you to breathe on the moon and breathe in space. And in Pokemon Sun, you get a sun Pokemon that allows you to be able to go on the sun and somehow not die. At this point, I'm just making speculation. The point is, this Direct was interesting, and we still don't really know much more about this game than we did yesterday when things were leaked. And honestly, I didn't think the leaks were all that bad. I mean, it was just 2 logos, and then the Direct gave us that exact same thing, 2 logos and little information. But yo, thank you guys for sticking around if you did, because I know I've been rambling on for like the past 10 minutes, and I know it's probably been kind of annoying to listen to. But if you are still here, tell me in the comment section down below what you thought about the Direct, and if you yourself are going to be picking up either Sun or Moon when it comes out. I mean, I'm pretty sure if you're already here, you're probably going to pick it up anyways, because, like, I mean, you're probably like Pokemon, right? And also, if you have any ideas of what you'd want to see in this game, also tell me that in the comment section down below as well. Also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos just like it. And for now, it's me, NextLevelOtaku, saying stay gold, and I'll see you guys later.